The WNBA players just approved strike action. Out of every 100 players, 93 said yes. Just 3 disagreed. Here's what's interesting. Everyone ignores those 3 who said no. They could be the only sensible voices in this whole situation.
So just to get you guys up to speed there, 93% of the players participated in the vote. So 93% of players in the WNBA. And how many is that? Could we do the math? I believe that there's 166 WNBA players times 0.93. Is that right? So 154 players voted and 3 players. So only 3 players voted no to the authorization of a strike.
Why? Because everyone's cheering about unity, but I'm checking the dates. We're in the break period. Players aren't working right now. So what are they stopping? Sitting at home. This is like saying you'll quit when you're already unemployed. Explain that logic. Let's review what happened. The player group just approved strike action with voting numbers that show complete agreement. 154 athletes took part. 3 opposed it. The point is obvious. We'll stop everything if our demands aren't met. Seems strong, doesn't it? Like a team ready to demand their value. But there's a huge flaw in this approach that nobody admits. I'll say what people think, but won't post online. This strike approval is empty, and management sees through it. Why? Strikes need power. You must actually damage the opposition by stopping work. Right now, no games exist, no matches happen, no money flows that they can threaten. It's like refusing food when you've eaten already. The schedule doesn't add up unless this is just publicity to push management through media instead of real financial pressure. Before you attack me online, I'm not claiming players don't deserve higher wages. I'm not saying management shouldn't spend more. My point is their approach seems weak and could backfire badly. Consider those 3 who opposed. Nobody identifies them, but I guarantee they are not superstars. They are not athletes with guaranteed contracts or backup opportunities. They are likely average or lower-ranked players who grasp something vital. If work stops, they suffer most. Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier control Unrivaled. They earn money either way. Top athletes have international contracts, sponsorship income, other money sources. But what about the backup player earning minimum wage with 0 alternatives? What happens when no season means no income? Those 3 negative votes represent athletes who can't risk their livelihoods. Honestly, they're probably the only realistic ones about what stopping would cost.
I do wonder, with these 3 players that voted against the strike, if I were to guess, I would say that these 3 players were probably players who aren't big time players. Because if a strike or a lockout happens, it's going to hurt those middle tier and lower tier players more than it's going to hurt any of the stars.
Let's address the obvious problem: competing interests. Nafisa Collier and Breanna Stewart sit in negotiations as player advocates, yet they control Unrivaled, a rival organization. The union leader just joined Project B, another competing setup. We're expected to believe there's no issue here. Consider this. If the WNBA season cancels, where do supporters turn? Unrivaled, Project B. These alternative options suddenly become the only choice. I'm not claiming that's their goal, but the appearance matters. It's like restaurant owners pushing to close competitors while insisting they're defending employee rights. Here's the harsh reality that'll get me criticized online. Supporters won't transfer. You believe casual watchers who discovered Caitlin Clark recently will search for Unrivaled matches or learn Project B access. Won't happen. Remember podcasting shifts. Joe Rogan moved to Spotify. Alex Cooper joined Spotify. How many regular listeners actually switch platforms? A small portion. These are huge names with loyal audiences. Now they return to YouTube because exclusive access destroyed their reach. Women's basketball will face identical results if it splits into competing groups. The WNBA spent years building framework, media agreements, and recognition. You can't duplicate that quickly. Unrivaled has money and famous players, but lacks a complete system. Project B remains unknown. We haven't witnessed their actual offering yet, and neither organization can take all WNBA athletes, even if willing. When players mention having choices about playing elsewhere if the WNBA refuses their requirements, they're overvaluing their influence. The brutal truth is this: without a 2026 WNBA season, management loses, but athletes lose harder.
The viewers are not going to follow. They're truly not going to follow. I think it would absolutely be catastrophic if they don't play a 2026 season. Just look at like podcasting, for example, when like Joe Rogan or Alex Cooper went to Spotify and how many people went over there.
Management can delay. It survived money problems previously. The NBA supports it. It can handle 1 year without games in return. But can athletes? Can they manage losing complete season earnings, visibility, and career development? Can they watch their gained attention from last season disappear while supporters shift focus elsewhere? Here's management's response to strike approval. Listen carefully because it matters. They accuse the union of seriously misrepresenting discussions. They claim they are providing major immediate wage increases with a fresh unlimited revenue sharing system. Unlimited, meaning when income rises, athlete wages rise automatically without limits. Yet the union keeps claiming offers are insulting. That management is dressing up bad deals. Who's honest? Is management truly offering real improvements while the union demands impossible terms? Or is management offering low amounts while pretending generosity? The issue is, we're uncertain, because discussions happen privately and both groups play media games. But here's what's clear. Management's public words are being calmer, more professional. Meanwhile, the union throws around terms like insulting and organizes strike votes that seem like media performances rather than genuine negotiating moves. Then there's Caitlin Clark. She stated, "We must compromise and return to playing." She wasn't anti-union. She wasn't betraying anyone. She was realistic. She knows missing one season would hurt everyone. But WNBA social media attacked her because apparently wanting to play basketball in 2026 makes you a traitor. Nneka Ogwumike said similar things. She wants fair terms, but also wants a season. She understands they must present a product for it to gain worth. That's not radical. That's logical thinking. But when the story focuses on unity and challenging authority, anyone suggesting balance gets labeled weak or disloyal. Here's my forecast, and you can save this and mock me if I'm mistaken. They'll reach agreement. It won't be the 30% income division the union demands. Management won't accept that. But wages will grow substantially, perhaps beyond expectations, and that becomes a middle ground. The union claims they battled hard and achieved major wins. Management maintains their income structure. Everyone claims success, and we get a season. But harm already exists. The public arguing, the strike approval, the competing interest accusations, it's created negativity. Supporters are exhausted hearing about agreement discussions when they want basketball. Casual watchers who watched initially last season because of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese don't care about income splits and collective discussions. They just want confirmation about upcoming games. If this continues past January 9th, if actual work stoppage happens, I truly believe it could reverse league progress by years. Not because players don't deserve more, but because timing in sports means everything. The WNBA finally achieved widespread attention, finally gained cultural importance, finally reached viewership figures that made advertisers notice. You don't risk that over discussions when agreement is achievable. The three players who oppose grasp this. They know that sometimes success means accepting available terms rather than risking everything on better offers that may never arrive. They know that seeking perfection can destroy good outcomes. But they are silenced by the 93% who approved, by union publicity systems, by the story that any agreement equals weakness. Perhaps I'm mistaken. Perhaps they refuse and receive everything requested and everything succeeds perfectly. But I question it because ultimately, this isn't about correct or incorrect. It's about influence. Right now, despite what strike approval indicates, players have less power than believed. Management knows they won't strike during breaks because nothing exists to strike from. Management knows alternative organizations can't replace the WNBA. Management knows supporters won't follow divided products. What's the final outcome here? Either the union negotiates hard and eventually compromises, or they are truly ready to cancel the 2026 season over demands they might not achieve. If it's the second option, if they actually allow work stoppage, then everyone loses. Athletes, management, supporters, and critically, the sport itself. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they reach agreement quickly. I hope we're watching WNBA basketball next season. And this becomes just a minor note in the league's growth history. But currently, with January 9th approaching and both sides firm, I'm pessimistic. Tell me in the comments. Should players demand 30% income sharing even risking the season? Or should they accept current terms and return to basketball? Because this discussion nobody wants but everyone needs. The risk is too serious to pretend everything resolves just because we hope so. While discussing high risk, let's shift to something actually occurring. Christmas Day NBA matches. Because unlike the WNBA, the NBA is playing basketball currently. Surprising idea, right? Cleveland against New York. Cleveland struggled recently, so I'm choosing the Knicks. They are performing well currently, and this seems their match to win. Also, home advantage at Madison Square Garden on Christmas. That's Knicks ground. San Antonio against Oklahoma City. The Thunder want payback after losing to the Spurs before. This is at OKC. Usually, I'd pick the Thunder easily, but I'm choosing chaos. Give me the Spurs consecutive wins against OKC just for drama. Wembanyama on Christmas in a revenge situation. That's required viewing. Dallas at Golden State. Warriors home. They are winning this. Steph Curry on Christmas Day basically guarantees entertainment. Dallas is strong, but Golden State in that venue with that energy. Warriors triumph. Houston against Lakers. This one's difficult. Houston's tough, but they recently lost to Sacramento. Lakers home on Christmas with LeBron. I'm picking LA. They'll manage victory for holiday supporters. Minnesota at Denver. Am I predicting home victories except San Antonio? Yes, absolutely. Give me Minnesota. They recently defeated OKC. Anthony Edwards thrives in major matches and hostile environments. Timberwolves for the surprise. That's it. Save it. Remember it. Criticize me on the 26th if I'm wrong. But unlike the WNBA situation, at least we know these matches are definitely happening. At least we're getting basketball on Christmas Day. That's a distinction between a functioning organization and one threatening self-shutdown over discussions that should have finished months earlier. The WNBA has one remaining opportunity to fix this before January 9th. After that, we're getting either agreement or disaster. If it's disaster, remember who pushed for it and who attempted compromise. Remember who prioritized basketball and who prioritized appearances. Because ultimately, supporters don't care about agreement specifics. They care about watching games. If you remove that during the league's biggest growth moment in history, don't be shocked when they don't return. That's everything. Share your opinions below. Are players correct to approve strike action, or are they overestimating their position? Let's discuss it. For everyone celebrating holidays this week, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, and let's hope by January we have positive news about the WNBA season instead of additional conflict.